Well, it was a little different, wasn't it? It was good to see. It was good to see us play the way we did today. It allowed us to play everybody, and everybody should feel confident about themselves. And it also allowed us to rest players with such a quick turnaround, having to go to Austin and play Texas Monday. I thought the crowd was outstanding. It's just fun as a coach when you can watch everybody play and everybody do something good.
Moon, how much fun did you have today?
I had a lot of fun today. It was definitely a confidence booster for me, and my teammates were just encouraging the entire time. I mean, we were getting N1s all over the floor. It was fun. Everybody was on today, and that's always a good sign.
You talk about your defense.
Let me talk about it. She set the tone for this basketball team today, both defensively and offensively. She was assigned a car, and I think it was a career low. She's only a freshman, but 4 points might be the lowest point total. And Moon just harassed her all day. And so kudos to Moon. Her opportunity came, and she took advantage of it. So it was outstanding. Now, Juicy will get well real quick now.
What was her situation?
Just in the Oklahoma State game, she shot a floater there at the end of the half, and she just said the ligament on the top of the foot, not the ankle, it's just sprained, and she played the rest of the game. Could have played today, but just sore. And so I said, put a boot on her, let her rest it for 2 or 3 days, and let's get her ready for the long haul.
So, Moon, on your defense, I know Kim stole your thunder. But
No, that girl played.
Because it looked like the plan was just to kind of get up on her and don't even give her room to breathe.
Oh yeah, it definitely helped us out too. Just being able to defend, being assigned to that, it shows how much confidence the coaches have in me, and I want to impress them. I want to be able to show them that okay, I can do it. So I mean, guarding her, I was just one play at a time. Basically, that's how I was taking it, and not having the ball in her hands means it was just in someone else's hands. That was good for us. So we get defensive boards and we're pushing the ball every time.
Coach, the Texas Tech has lost by more than 10 points. You all beat them by 15 points. So what does that say about your team?
Well, we had a 31-point lead in Lubbock, and I didn't play the two bigs in the fourth quarter just like I didn't today. And we allowed them to cut that lead to 17, and I think that's what we ended up winning by. So I challenged them this time that if you're ever in that situation again, extend or maintain the lead. I said it again in the timeout. I don't care what the score is. I'm watching you and the value you are to your basketball team. And that's why I got on the official. They called 5 fouls in 41 seconds. I mean, come on now. And so I told him I don't coach the scoreboard. I coach the team and I coach individuals. And I just thought they responded. I looked out there and we had 5 freshmen on the floor and they had starters and seniors out there. That made me proud as a coach, and that we did positive things when they were out there.
What did you say to Marlene in the handshake line?
That she can't see, probably because she's there every day. She can't understand how hard those kids are playing for her. Having watched the program the last several years, that as a coach that's a competitor and trying to beat her, that you're doing a good job, basically. And then I told her that, I rested my bigs. She goes, Coach, sure you did. We know. She said it's our job to get better.
Alyssa, particularly there in the fourth quarter, maybe even late in the third quarter, how did you kind of keep yourself motivated, knowing maybe kind of what had happened at Lubbock when the lead got away?
It was really my teammates. Like, just seeing them score the ball and just defend and doing other things like that, like, it got me excited just to see how, like finally they get to, like, showcase their talent. So, like, that was motivating me to, like, especially because it was all freshmen. So, of course, how we lost the lead in Tech, we all just didn't want to lose the lead here. So, just seeing them score, it just making me want to score more and just keep boosting up the lead.
Until Queen fouled out, it was the Fierce Five out there. I don't know how many times that's happened, but how fun was that?
It was super fun. Like I said, like, we don't. It's rare that happens. So when it did happen, and just seeing all them score and how excited everybody was in the crowd, and then seeing people on the bench just proud of like what we're doing and what everybody's doing, it just made me feel proud of my teammates.
Kim, the tone of the game was set pretty quick. Kalani with the three-point play, and it was one, I think, 5 3-point plays Kalani had. I mean, just talk about what she was able to do. Obviously, inside she had the advantage, but y'all were getting her the ball, and just that domination you guys had all around.
Well, Kalani was going against a girl that's about her size. It could bang with her, and she wanted the ball, and we got it to her, and she did. She ran the floor well. She got to the rim and then posted ball side block, and we did a better job of keeping our dribble alive. We want to throw the ball to Kalani a lot on the move. That's not the thing to do. You throw it to her and give her time to get set down there and demand the basketball. I thought two areas that really, and this is within a locker room that you must understand, they go to the offensive boards better than we do. You look at their stats in conference, and that was a concern for us. And at halftime, they had 10, and they finished with 13. So I challenged us at halftime, don't let them go to the boards. The second thing was the three-point shot. And they shot, 3 for 22 or something like that. And I just thought those two areas, we listened to a scout report, we got up there on them, we communicated better, we switched better. And it started, honestly, with Moon. I think Moon not letting Carr come off those screens and do stuff and throw up shots. Every shot she tried to get, we had a hand in her face.
I know you don't get too concerned with the rankings right now, but how do you feel like your team responded their first week as number 1?
Well, we had a chance on the road to, Oklahoma State was a challenge. That's a difficult place to play. They did some things defensively to us, and we were not sharp. We were not good, but we found ways to win late. And then coming home today, I think this is the first time we've been home since being ranked number 1, and it's fun. It's fun to play at home. You have a great crowd, and everybody's contributing. You're just happy for each other.
Kim, I don't know if we're getting together now, but what have you seen in Texas, or have you?
We're not getting together, so if you want to talk about Texas, we can talk about them. They may not we haven't done much scout work. We'll do that tomorrow. Well, you're going to see post players that can hang with us as far as size. You're going to see athletic posts. Then you're going to see Shug Sutton out there on the point. Run a ball club. She got valuable minutes. Her first couple of years there, you're going to see a transfer in Williams that can shoot the 3-ball. You're going to see a team that is going to give us everything they can give us. And we're going to have to go on the road, and we're going to have to play hard. And they're very talented. They're very good. And we will approach that game just like we approached the Oklahoma State game and go over strengths and weaknesses. And I'm sure it'll be a great crowd. Baylor fans show up in Austin, so I don't feel like it's going to be this intimidating environment because we really have great crowds in Austin.
You talked about it, but the game dictates it. But the fact you were able to rest, I mean, this will be the 4th game in 9 days.
Well, Jerry, it played out the way you'd like to draw it up today. Confidence. Everybody should leave that locker room and that floor confident. Coach, if you call on me, I'm going to give you, if it's 1 minute, 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. And then the ability to rest kids that could potentially have to play a lot of minutes Monday.
Kim, what do you think of Louisville upsetting Connecticut?
Well, I don't know that I really have a thought on that. I watched the game. It's hard to win on the road. And when Connecticut's hitting shots, they're really, really good. I watched them play Notre Dame earlier in the year when they beat Notre Dame on the road. And they were just shot it well. So if they're shooting it well, it's hard to beat them because they do a lot of motion and a lot of movement.
They didn't shoot well against Louisville.
No. And I always say this, people sometimes say, well, you don't shoot it well. Well, there might be a reason for that. Maybe you were guarded. You know, people don't ever want to give the other team credit. I always believe in giving them credit. Maybe Louisville was guarding them, and that's why they didn't shoot it well. They didn't shoot it well here. I tend to think we guarded them. But Connecticut is Connecticut, and everybody's chasing them, and everybody wants to beat them. And, you know, now they go back and play in the conference, and they'll run the table in conference. I think they play South Carolina. That's the only one left outside of conference. But honestly, Mr. Dave, I really don't care about either one of them. All I care about is the green and gold. See y'all.
Well, a lot of things. I mean, they're extremely talented. They're strong. They're tall. They're athletic. A whole bunch of things. But and you know, their ability, their ceiling was a lot higher than ours from our game in Lubbock. And credit to them. You know, they're continuing to progress and advance. And that's what you do when you're number one in the nation. I thought it was, again, credit to them. From seeing them, you know, I guess over about a month ago to now, they've really stepped it up a notch. And, you know, they're representing our conference in fine fashion. And, you know, it's good for everybody that they're sitting at number one.
Kim said Moon Urson, number 12, kind of set the tone. I think she came out, scored pretty quick on offense, but heard the job she did on Chrisland.
Mm-hmm.
The defense.
Yes, I thought she was really solid to start the game. Forced us into turnovers, made it hard for us to get into our offense. But I definitely thought that she set the tone early for them from a defensive standpoint.
I mean, clearly Kalani, the size that she gives him inside, she just kept making the last, but she also kept making free throws. I mean, just what can you do when they're doing what they did inside today?
Well, you can't let her get position deep. They have 66 points in the paint, you know, and, you know, we didn't get around. The ball got in there deep. And, again, she posts really well. She knows how to use her body. And she just got way too deep at the basket. She's not going to miss, and we know that when she gets that deep at the basket. And then free throws, as you mentioned, she goes 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And, you know, it just speaks to the versatility that I think that she brings for them.
Obviously, this game didn't go the way you guys would have liked, but is there any positives that you can pull from this game moving forward?
Well, we're rebuilding, and it's a process, and we know that. For us, we're focused on some different things than Baylor at the moment. But for us, you know, they're the benchmark, and they're who everybody's trying to catch and be like. And for us, the biggest takeaway probably is the fact that we were able to force the 17 turnovers. You know, we know that they take care of the ball very well. And they're not a high-volume turnover team. So I think for us, and the one thing that we'll look to build on from the game positively is the fact that we were able to force the 17 turnovers.
You and Kim spoke a little extended time there in the postgame. She said one of the things she told you was what she saw of your team. What did you take from what she told you? What does that say, you know, to hear it from her?
Mm-hmm. Well, first, we have tremendous respect for her and what she's accomplished here at Baylor and for many, many years. And I think, you know, she just was very encouraging on the fact that the transition and the turnaround in Texas Tech is very obvious just from the body language of the players and how they're competing at a higher level and just very much encouraging of the fact that, you know, we'll get the program back on track again. It was very kind of her.